Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a knife. So I'm going to use this plastic knife. I got this from Spyderco a long time ago, and I'm going to be making it out of wood and some scrap steel I have laying around. This is a locking knife, so I feel like this is going to be kind of a hard project for me to do, and I haven't tried it out yet, but you know, let's see how it goes. So I've taken apart the knife here. So what this basically is there's a little piece, like spring thing right here, and when I click the this part down, it pushes the spring down, which allows it to come back up. And right here, this part goes up, allowing me to rotate the blade, and then it locks in place. And I'm hoping by putting this whole mechanism in steel that I will be able to overcome this problem that I'm having here with this plastic knife, which is if I just kind of turn it harder, it'll undo and it will not basically lock at all. So right now, I don't know if you can really see this on the wood that well, but I have traced the handle onto this thicker piece of wood here so that I can just cut it with the saw right here where the edge of the handle is, and so I can cut it at the exact width I want the handle to be too. Okay, so on this, I cut away in the middle, so that I have two exactly even pieces. Now I'm going to take it to the jigsaw. And I didn't want to film cutting this because it just seemed kind of easier just to just say I did, because everyone knows how to use a chop saw. So I've kind of darkened up the lines a little so that I can see what I'm cutting, but yeah, I'm just gonna go cut this away with my jigsaw right now. You know what? I actually am going to disconnect these two pieces right here at this line, and then I'm going to just cut this one out, and then I'm gonna trace it on the other one, because I feel like the jigsaw is not gonna be that accurate when it comes to cutting out these small details like this curve in this thick of a piece of wood. Here I am cutting it. So, I don't know if you can see where the outline is, but while cutting this, I just decided that I should probably finish this with using my file, because this thing is not that accurate, and I want this to be as accurate as I can be. So I'm just gonna use a file to closing up these edges and also kind of make it smooth so it fits in my hand better. So I just finished the main shape of the first handle. I am actually so excited. This looks great. And it basically fits the same shape. It's not perfect, but it's very close. And I'm just going to now do this to the other side and trace it out on the other piece of wood. So now I've just, kind of trued up the edges. One problem from drilling into this I noticed was that these little kind of things happened right where the drill bit came out, but there's nothing I can do about that now, and I'm not going to make another one of these. So this fits great in my hand, and all the sides are basically perfectly lined up with each other. So I'm going to start with cutting out the metal next. Okay, so I just ate lunch and now I'm ready to work on this again. So what I've got here is I have what I need to finish making the rest of the knife out of. I've already got my 2 wooden parts. So now I'm going to make these out of 1/8 inch steel because I think that will work the best with this knife. So this is kind of what it's going to look like in the end, and I'm really liking what it looks like so far, and I think it looks awesome. So I'm going to put this over the edge, and I guess I'll start tracing this out on my first piece of steel. So I've got it all scratched out or drawn out with a pencil. I think you should be able to see that kind of very lightly up here in the top. I'm going to now scratch this with metal, with this this sharp little thing that I made from a dull drill bit. So I'll be back once that's done. So now it's been scratched on there. Yeah, I'm not sure you can really see that well because it's so bright, but now that's all scratched on there. I don't have a what do you call it? Angle grinder. So I'm just going to use my Dremel with some cutoff wheels. It's not the most efficient process, and I am looking for an angle grinder, but right now a Dremel is all I have. There's stupid people screaming outside my garage. But, so I've kind of skipped ahead a couple of steps here, and I went on to cut out all these other pieces. It's just the same thing as this front piece. And so right now I'm just trying to figure out where I should put the I guess the blade of the knife, so that all the parts will fit together nicely and that there's enough spring here or enough movement here so that I can press this down and get this to move at the same time. I also need to shave down this once I'm done because for some reason it's sticking up a lot, and that's not that good, so I guess I'll be back when that's done. So this is the end result I got. I don't really have great lighting around my house, but works pretty well. The locking mechanism is a little loose, but it does stay locked when it's open. If the spring was a little bit tighter, it would hold the blade from actually going in like that, but I'm pretty happy with the overall end of it. I didn't sharpen the knife blade because I don't really have any ways of sharpening it. And also on this side, I had a little bit of damage here. It kind of chipped away, but I may fix it in the future, but right now, I'm just kind of done with this project. So, even though I'm not really super happy with this knife, it was a lot of fun building it and learning on the way. I would have, in the future, made some modifications. I would have used probably the same wood, but I would have made the whole entire locking mechanism a lot more springy and a lot stronger, so that the blade doesn't really wiggle around a lot. And yeah, I had a lot of fun building this. I hope you enjoyed watching, and leave a comment, a like, and please subscribe.